There's one other thing I want to talk about here today before we play our video games. XQC is making waves. So he got a DMCA. No, apparently on Twitch, they're really cracking down on DMCA. And the Olympics in general has always been very aggressive, which I get, let's be honest. I mean, the Olympics, like they pay like billions of dollars for the rights to stream it. And, you know, it can't be easy to recoup your costs these days, especially with cable. And the ratings this year have been like disastrous, I'm sure. I haven't heard anyone talking about the Olympics. You know, I've been watching it, and also it's like in Japan. So, I mean, it's on at like 3 a.m. I mean, it's kind of a rough thing. I'm not going to lie. I've been enjoying watching the Olympics, though. I put it on at night. You know, people, they're rowing, they're skating, they're swimming, you know, whatever. Anyway, so he got, the thing is, so when you get a DMCA on Twitch, you also get banned, apparently. That whole system seems so ass backwards. The DMCA, by the way.
This was his fourth ban, by the way.
For DMCA?
I don't know if they're all DMCA related, but it says this was his fourth one.
Well, apparently he got immediately reinstated, though, right, Love?
There's a slight difference. You can get your VOD DMCA'd, which is normal, very normal.
Yeah.
What he got, though, was a live ban, which is very unusual, and or a live DMCA, sorry. And that made him go banned instantly. Right. And apparently it's a different cooldown, like a ban cooldown of like normal TOS cooldowns.
Yeah, I mean, again.
We'll do it live.
Yeah, it makes sense why it would be rare. I mean, it's hard to catch someone in the act versus when the VOD is up. Now, once again, I understand their need to protect their rights. The problem with the DMCA is that it's very much like shoot first, kill him first and let God sort him out kind of mentality. It's like, how can you make a distinction on the spot that what he's doing isn't fair use? And there's just not enough consequences for people who take down videos like that, because when you interfere with somebody's business in that way without making a distinction if it's fair use or not, is as damaging to their business as someone ripping off your content. So it's like your IP rights shouldn't supersede my IP rights, you know? And, you know, and on the other end, Twitch is also, the fact that they're banning people in that regard is pretty wild too. You know, I've always been a champion of my whole career of fair use. I'm currently in my second lawsuit to protect fair use. And I feel like I am somewhat, I mean, obviously I'm not a lawyer, but I feel like I have as good of a grasp of it as you can at this point. According to AB, DMCA bans normally last for 24 hours. He was banned for 2 days, however, which is double that. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's well known not to fuck with the Olympics. But first of all, I'm curious, one. Well, anyway, this story get big because apparently he's counter-suing them. But then I read some tweets from his attorney that says they're just disputing it, which isn't a counter-lawsuit, which isn't a big deal. I dispute shit every day. So I'm trying to get some clarity on this situation. And also, I want to watch his reaction to determine if it's transformative or not. We're going to blur out the actual Olympics because obviously I'm not trying to relive the same fate he did, but I'm more interested in his reaction anyway, to say like, was this a transformative reaction? Because right now they are doing this whole media thing. I have a problem with his lawyer. I'm going to say that right now, and I'm going to get into that. His lawyer, the video game attorney, was our first attorney to represent us in the lawsuit against Matt Haas many years ago, and he is a horrible attorney that royally screwed us, and the fact that he's handling this makes me very, very nervous. we almost sued him for malpractice. The next attorneys we got, which were extremely competent, were just outraged at what he handled this. So Ryan Morrison is out there saying that it's fair use, and I actually am afraid that Ryan is misleading him. And so I want to make my own distinction. I haven't watched this, and I want to watch this and see for myself, because the thing is that if Ryan represents him in a bad case, not only is xQc going to get screwed with time and money and liability, but he can actually set back the work that we've done. Like, if we get a bad ruling against fair use, that can screw everybody. And so, what's up?
I just wanted Dan's take on something.
And so the thing is,
pulled up the blurred foot. No, we should talk about it because we don't want to get screwed. He pulled up the blurred footage. I don't know if that's blurred enough, to be honest.
I mean,
did you see it?
Yeah, no, I see it. I mean, it should be. It's like,
all right.
I see what you mean. I mean, it could even be blacked out for all I'm worried about. But I mean, like, how are you going to say? You can't possibly say that this is a market substitute. Like, if you try to take this, I will fucking. Now I'm joining xQc's crusade. It's like blurred, it's mute, I'm talking over it. It's like a meta-analysis. I mean, I don't even give a fuck about what he's watching.
And just to clarify, this isn't the moment that he got banned. This is just the only footage we could even find from that stream.
Yeah, it's okay. I just want an example of the kind of commentary he's providing. So this guy, Ryan Morrison, who's representing him, very much concerns me. This guy botched our first lawsuit so badly, the video game attorney. They botched it so badly. We raised a bunch of money, by the way. Philly D raised a bunch of money for us and put it into and then it was Ryan's idea to put it into, to make a nonprofit organization, right? And then, but it turns out after we make the nonprofit, you can't fucking make a nonprofit for the purpose of supporting yourself. That's fucking illegal. It's called fraud. So, like, the whole point of the money that was, this is all ancient history. It was like $100,000 we're talking about. And at the time, it was like an extraordinary, it is an extraordinary money, but at the time, that was like more money than we have ever made. And we needed it desperately to pay for this lawsuit. And so he was like, let's set up this nonprofit and put the money in there. And obviously, any attorney should know that a nonprofit you can't make a nonprofit to pay for your own shit. So the money almost got stuck there because it would be illegal for us to use it. So not only was, and then at the same time as tying up our money and potentially committing fraud, they were fighting the lawsuit in the dumbest way imaginable. They were, instead of actually arguing the merit of the lawsuit, saying that this is fair use, they were trying to argue that their copyright registration was invalid over some technicality. And it's like, that just makes you look so weak. As I talked to my other attorneys, so like, this argument was so pointless and so weak. It makes you look weak because you're not arguing the merits. And the thing is, even if you get it thrown out on a technicality, he can just register it and sue you again. And so it was going so sideways that at a point they even encouraged us to consider settling, fucking paying off Matt Haas, which is the whole reason why we were fighting it to begin with. And at that point, we're like, this isn't working. We went and got a new lawyer, fired them, and our new lawyers who won the lawsuit for us and handled things the professional way were aghast at the way that Ryan handled it. Ryan and his partner handled it. And even considered suing for malpractice because of the way they handled it, and especially the way they set up this nonprofit. Because we had to, like, in the end, we had to pay more attorneys to petition the attorneys general of New York to explain what happened so we could get the money out. So we had to pay a bunch of attorneys, a bunch of fees just to get the money back. It was such a fucking shit show. And I'm not, the thing is, there was not experienced attorneys. And so it doesn't surprise me at the time. What really was fucked up is that he didn't say, I'm not experienced enough in this, and reference me to a real attorney. Say, listen, we can do these one things. So that's what I'm afraid of xQc right now, is that Ryan is out there saying, this is fair use, we're fighting it, and not, I'm not a fucking media attorney, and I'm not equipped to deal with this. Like, I've held my tongue on this guy for so long, but now it's come to this point where I see him in a position to cause even more damage, and I really think that this is a dangerous place for everyone to be when he's being represented by this guy who really doesn't know what he's doing, and as far as I'm aware, actually doesn't understand fair use at all. So let's watch this and make a determination. I haven't seen this yet.
Both in the third innings. And she will come on here with nobody out and a run.
This isn't blurred enough, you guys.
Well, that's I agree.
Cam, you gotta you just like pixelate it more.
How about just don't even show that? Just zoom in on xQc's box, because that's all we care about, right?
So
we don't even need to show the footage.
No, you don't need to. So, I mean, you could just black it out.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to zoom in on his box? Yeah, I can do that. Here, I'll just do this.
Drag the right side of your screen outside.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I'll just do this. But
perfect.
Okay, here we go.
There you go.
On in the top of the order.
This explains it.
The style of play in the past, it's been the U.S. power and not as much power for Japan. That's almost flipped.
It's flipped, bro.
Oh, shit.
This is history in the making.
This is...
Cortez, 23 years old, first woman in the majors.
So what is he watching, like a compilation? It sounds like...
He's showing like a meme. Like a baseball meme.
Oh, it's just a meme?
Yeah.
Was he watching like unusual videos or something, or what happened?
You can only flirt with fire for so long.
He's just laughing at a joke?
So it was two games put together. The last part of the clip was from a 2016 World Series game. That's what he was laughing at.
Okay.
The first half of the clip is from the Olympics, but then he goes over to another clip that...
So is this... Love, I don't know if you're familiar. Is this kind of representative of the commentary he provides throughout?
Oh, I can't answer that. I never got the chance to watch
Maybe
it.
the chat knows, because right now I just see him laughing. And obviously, I don't know what he watched or if that was transformative, but like, I'm not seeing... Someone saying need longer context.
Yeah, I see a lot of people.
Some people are saying that's the entire stream. But I think the point is... The problem is, guys, it's hard to find the actual clip because it's been hunted down by the Olympics, you know? But the point is that obviously what I'm seeing now, there's no way this is transformative, but I don't have the full context. But my point is that this is not a clean-cut case of fucking fair use, right? Like, it's just not. I'd love to talk to him. I don't know if people are there. I'm very worried about him being in the hands of Ryan Morrison. I really am.
He's live right now. If our chat maybe want to ask him.
Asmund Gold commented on it as well, defending him.
So I don't know if I have the whole context, but people just need to be really afraid, because fair use covers a lot, but you don't want to go fight the wrong fight on this shit. You really don't. You really don't. You know. And like, if the Olympics wants to do a DMCA, I'm not sure those are the people you want to go up against, and especially with this, when this is your fucking commentary.
I'm sorry, I just want to correct something I said. I said it was a 2-day ban. Initially it was, is what I'm saying, but then it got reduced to 5 hours.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember he got... Someone said Ryan Morrison has experienced so much now since you last dealt with him. They've helped countless esports org and big streamers. Yeah, he might have experience with like contracts and stuff, but I'm just telling you, he's not a media litigator, and he has no fucking idea what he's doing when it comes to fair use and litigating these cases. If you have a contract you want to go over with them for esports, cool, do that. This is a whole different beast. That's where there's specialties. You know what I mean? There's specialties in law. People specialize. Oh, someone's saying xQc has H3 nuked. Whatever that means. Anyway, so it's hard to know. It's hard to know because we can't find more. But obviously,
people are saying H3 is a banned phrase in his chat. Yeah, I don't think he was very happy with the exchange that we had with him last time.
xQc
didn't really go that well.
xQc banned H3. There's a headline. Well, actually, you know what? I talked to him in the DMs. I warned him about Ryan the minute I saw he was representing him, and he said,
"Oh,
he acknowledged my what I said, so he knows."
Okay.
So there's that.
There you go. That's good.
Yeah.
Other people saying it's not banned.
People are saying he's
trolling.
Not banned.
Trolling.
You might want to watch what he's doing right now. He's listening to the top 700 music.
We're both gonna get banned if I turn him on.
We'll mute
He's
it.
gonna take the whole Twitch platform down with him. Yeah, let's see.
Chain reaction. Take the whole thing down.
Oh, I can't watch this. I can't watch this. I can't watch this. Stop the music. What the fuck is this?
I mean,
listen,
he said what it was.
I've seen his unusual memes, edits. I've seen him react to stuff. Like in my opinion, I'm not gonna say if it's fair use or not. Obviously, that's a distinction that a judge will make or a jury will make after weighing all the considerations of fair use. But if I was in his shoes or his attorney, I would not be eager to go up against the Olympics with what he has.
Right. Yeah.
And also, losing would be a terrible precedent and could harm everybody. So, but anyway, here he made a video about it. So let's watch this. Let's see.
I didn't go live for a while. I didn't think that's what happened. Holy shit, I forgot. Yeah. Actually kind of interesting what happened. So I hope we don't get lost into like legal terms or whatever. Okay? So if you're like a lawyer, Andy, you have to settle down and wait till the story finishes, okay? So basically what has that happened? So what has that had happened?
I am.
Okay, give me a minute. So initially, what had happened is, dude, how do you say this shit? What has had happened? I have to be careful, okay? Because this is like some legal shit. So I kind of have to be careful about what I say on stream. Okay, kind of, okay? But basically, okay, I was streaming the Olympics and I was doing some React content, right? And then I got striked, okay? And normally, strikes don't get you banned. But because it's a live strike, they ban you. So there's no like further damage or whatever. I would assume it's why they do it. And normally, it's 24 hours. But for some reason, this time for me, it was 2-day ban. But this ban doesn't affect my bans though. Being banned for this doesn't make you banned like if you show the titty on stream. It's just so you don't like continue fucking up. So it's not even a ban. It has nothing to do with it. It's basically counted as a strike. But then I looked at it. And I was like, dude, so I talked to my team, whatever. I'm like, yo, guys, can you do anything about this? Like, 2 days sounds like a crazy amount of time for this. And like, oh, you know, we have like option A, option B, option C, whatever. And then I'm like, the dumb option, or not. They presented me the options, whatever. And one of the options looked kind of cool. It looked kind of fun. And I was like, you know, dude, let's go with this one, right? So what we did instead is that we issued what we call a counterclaim, which is pretty ballsy.
It's not. So this is the other thing where they're making like a big hubbub. This is something Ryan does too, where he tries to turn everything into PR, is that a counterclaim is not ballsy. I've done it a bazillion times. It literally is not ballsy. It's routine. It's actually just totally routine. If somebody DMCA's you, you can basically say, I'm going to restore the content, and if you want me to remove it, you have to sue me. But the thing is that doing a counterclaim will restore your content, but it doesn't change the legal status of the infringement. They can sue you at any time. The DMCA is just a remedy available to copyright holders so that they can remove it without having to sue you. So, you know, yeah, if you do a counter claim or counter notification, it's absolutely routine. I mean, it happens every day, thousands of times on YouTube. We do it all the time. It really isn't. It really isn't anything. I mean, obviously, the thing is, like, if the Olympics does a DMCA on you, and you just say, okay, fine, fuck it, then the likelihood that they're going to come sue you is very low because you complied, the content is done, they don't want to sue you over that, it's pointless. You know, but if you do counter claim, then you get the content restored. Obviously, it does increase the chances of being sued because now their only remedy to get the video down is to sue you, but the likeliness of them suing you is extremely low. Extremely low. So it's not really that big of a deal. Now, if I was them, though, I would probably look at that and say, this is better off down, you know. That would be my decision in that case.
So what a counterclaim does is that they, the DMCA, so they strike me, and instead of saying, oh, I fucked up, it's kind of like saying, like, no, I'm right. Kind of, I think. It's like saying, this is transformative content. This is fair use, and this is not what you guys claim it is. So we counterclaimed it. So what that does is that removes a strike, but we're fighting back, type of thing. And if this like escalates,
it's so routine. It's literally built in. Like in YouTube, you can file a counterclaim just through the software by typing in your name and clicking a few boxes. Like you don't even need to pay. You don't need a lawyer to do a counterclaim. It's like so stupid.
Well, it'll get.
The problem is, we as content creators, like as much as we talk about fair use, we also have to acknowledge that copyright does exist and that right holders have rights too. Because the minute that we start overestimating what fair use is when we lose all of our rights, right? Because the minute that you just start turning into Jinx Reacts and laughing at jokes and calling it transformative, then it's going to fuck us all over. Because let's face it, they have their rights. We have to acknowledge their rights if we want them to acknowledge our rights. And so the fact that him and his lawyer is even like entertaining this as an option, like a good option, is crazy to me based on what I've seen. Okay. It could be that he offered more commentary at a different point in the video that transformed it. I don't know.
Crazy. Well, I'm saying it'll get crazy. It'll get fucking crazy. We're talking crazy.
Yeah, Ryan is literally just telling you bullshit. It's not going to get crazy.
But my lawyer said...
God, I cringe so much when I know that Ryan's his lawyer after what I've been through with that guy.
It's crazy. But, it could cost millions.
xQc's.
So, what it does...
Stop playing with me, you're live.
So what it does... Would I do it? Well... Because I thought it is fair use, and I think we have a case or whatever. And it's not, it's whatever, dude. I guess I don't want to talk about too much chat because it's like some legal shit, and I don't want it to, you know.
You baby, don't leave US like that again, sexy game.
What the fuck is chat? The chat text to speech is wild. Yeah.
But okay, like according to counsel, okay, on advice of counsel, I think this was the move to do it. And I think that was the correct call, because otherwise it's really dumb.
5 months.
No, I and them truly believe it is actually fair use and transformative, and we have actually grounds to stand on.
I don't know where, because I thought I had grounds to stand on the lawsuit we won, and Ryan and his partner were suggesting we settle. So because they had fucked the case up so bad.
To be fair, we saw a 1-minute clip.
I know.
Maybe there are other parts where he
know.
was pausing and, offering a lot of commentary and
what
stuff.
I saw
Hard
was
to
not
say.
fair use. I can say that, with
that one clip.
Yeah, but again, it's fair use is considered. You consider the whole clip and the context of everything. So I don't know. The thing is, when I went from Ryan Morrison to a real law firm, the difference is fucking night and day, because I had never worked with an attorney, so I was easily seduced by this guy. But once you go to a real law firm, then you see what it's actually like to be represented by a real attorney. I'm just scared for him.
And a lot of it too.
I missed you.
And if things are gonna get crazy, they will get crazy. But I genuinely think that we're right about this.
Well, regardless, the chance of them actually pursuing anything is like close to zero. So, the risk is very, 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 very low. Like, I do counter notifications every day. Although I'm more confident that I'm confident in my content that it's fair use. I just don't trust.
Wait, you're not convinced that the Olympics are going to go after him?
Well,
that they'll actually take up.
No,
the
I'm not. The chance is very low because it's not really a market substitute. I think the problem,
I've just heard that the Olympics are notoriously litigious about this kind of stuff. That's just when I was researching it this morning. Apparently, they have a reputation for going after.
Yeah, they
smaller
might.
people.
And they certainly don't want, especially when it's a big public thing and they're trying to make an example. I mean, yeah, they might. In normal situations, I wouldn't really be concerned about it. The big factor with fair use is it a market substitute? So if the Olympics is looking to sue, they're looking for where are the damages? Are people watching the stream instead of ours? But then again, statutory damages for infringing on the copyright is $250,000. So they could sue them for $250,000, but they couldn't sue them for more than that. I mean, it would cost more. It would cost each party more to pay their lawyers than it would to whatever the damages would be. You know what I mean? So it's entirely possible that they could sue looking for some kind of settlement or just to make a point not to fuck with the Olympics.
It's not the Olympics. It's NBC Universal / Comcast morons. Oh, I didn't see the morons before I started reading your comments. So.
Oh, but they're the ones that paid billions of dollars for
right, they pay the licensing fee. Yeah. Also, I'm banning that guy, so see ya.
Yeah. Here's Ryan Morrison's tweet about it. When I saw this...
Oh, and other people are saying they're wrong. It is the IOC. So I'm glad I banned that guy. There you go.
Dude, when I saw this, I panicked. I'm telling you, because this guy just gives me anxiety, bro. I'm telling you. It was the worst situation you could ever have with an attorney. He says, about XQC, we see countless DMCAs come in for our clients, and we normally advise not to counter due to the extreme risks. Okay. We discussed all the options with Felix, and he's confident, as are we, that the content in question was fair use. As such, he made the call to take a stand. When you counter a DMCA, the rights holder's only option is to sue you. As such, Felix is taking on an incredible risk to stand up for what is right here. That said, do not counter your own DMCA without speaking to an attorney. Yeah, unfortunately, Ryan barely counts as an attorney, so that's why I'm afraid for him. I'm not sure he's getting good legal counsel. We are not suing anyone. We expect the IOC to make the right decision and let this die. If that is the case, it's a done deal and nothing more to the story. However, we are ready to defend Felix no matter how they choose to proceed. Yeah, I mean, again, I wish I had the full context to say, but based on what I saw, I'm very worried about this being fair use. And I have no faith at all in the counsel of Ryan Morrison. So I don't know. I mean, if you guys have more clips, I'd love to see it. I don't know where we looked everywhere. We couldn't find it. And of course, this is always what you like to see your lawyer say. I've learned so much about DMCA and fair use today from Reddit and Twitter. He's probably kidding, right? But
yeah, he's being sarcastic.
Based on my experience with him, you might be watching this stream and like, wow, I learned so much.
Yeah, he's taking notes.
Yeah, I can't emphasize to you guys how much this guy fucked me and almost lost us that fair use case. He really did. This guy makes me understand why people hate lawyers. My new lawyers are amazing. Oh. Yeah, I wish I could. I wish there was a way for me to find more and make more of a judgment. If it's yeah, his name is Video Game Attorney, and he might be great with contract. I know he works with like streamers on contracts and stuff. He might be great at that. He might be great. That's why people specialize in law. It's fucked up for him not to refer him to an actual fucking litigator that handles media. That's what pissed me off in retrospect, is that he didn't own up to the fact that he was not experienced enough to handle our case, because he wanted the clout, he wanted the attention, and so he took on a case he was not qualified to take on. And I didn't know better. Oh, there's a Video Game Attorney comment on live stream, Phil. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have... Anyway. That's about all I have to say about that. People are saying Video Game Attorney commented on some live stream fail threads. Yeah, he that's kind of how he made his whole career, is commenting on Reddit. I mean, it's kind of weird.
Reddit lawyer.
That's what he was, a Reddit lawyer, and then people started, you know, started actually referring to him for shit. And the thing is that, whatever, I'm not here to just dedicate shitting on him. I just want to give my 2 cents on the situation, and I just want to caution xQc to be careful, because he laughs now about spending millions of dollars, but a lawsuit is going through a lawsuit, bro. It's not just money. You have to understand that. The money is one aspect. You have to get deposed. You have to get discovered. They can request documents from you that you would never want another person to see. You have to go sit in a little fucking cubicle with the opposing lawyer for 8 hours as they grill you, and potentially other people in your life too. You could even get deposed twice if the judge thinks it's necessary. Everything surrounding an attorney is absolutely fucking horrendous, or a lawsuit.
So I found another clip from his stream.
Oh, you did?
That.
Oh, great.
It's not edited, so make sure to zoom in.
Okay, great. Thank you, love. Good job.
I found the comments on live stream.
Thank you, chat. Too. Fantastic work, guys. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, because I don't want to even make any... Oh, that's Trainwrecks. Hello. How can... It doesn't let me zoom in,
so maybe
when I full screen.
Go out to the right, so you only show his face, if that makes sense.
Yeah, hold on. Let me try this, because it lets me zoom. So how's this? Can everyone see? Kind of.
Yeah.
All right. So this is perfect. Here, let me just tiny box it. I don't care about what's going on the screen. I just want to see his take. Right. Okay. Here we go.
4x100.
Going for the United States in lane 5.
Guys, why does Russia not have a? Why does Russia not have a flag?
We're going to see a lot of that. That's her first 15 meters. Look at that. I don't need to circle that guy right now. You know he's going to jump on that first 15. Nobody has the speed. Petey, like in freestyle,
they're banned.
is Caleb Dressel.
Got one of the greatest starts in history.
In all sports?
Going right out of the gates. Caleb Dressel trying to build that lead for the United States. Russia a half second behind. And so is
how do you use doping in archery?
Make some noise against Dressel, but it's Dressel leading the way.
That's like taking steroids to pass a fucking math test.
But not much.
Well, this is what they need. They need the lead, but Dressel was really going to hopefully get them a little bit bigger lead. They have really closed the gap here.
All right, so Blake Peroni goes in as Caleb Dressel makes his Tokyo debut. France in second.
I mean, so
4x100.
Yeah. Okay. So there's one point in his favor, which is that he's making like a meta-analysis of the Russian team being banned. So he is adding commentary in that degree. But the part that really concerns me is that he's not even watching the clip. He's reading chat. And the clip is playing in the background. And I feel like the Olympics would have a pretty good argument to say that it's not transformative and it's a replacement, actually, for that you could watch this as a replacement to
They could argue that it's basically a watch party. Like, you have it up and it's a bunch of people watching it together.
The main component of fair use is that it doesn't substitute the original, which means you wouldn't go watch xQc to watch the Olympics. There's no way that anyone wanting to watch the Olympics would come watch xQc talk over the Olympics. You would just go watch it on your TV. But in this case, because he's so small and because the Olympics is so big, because he's just reading chat and not always commentating, pausing, stuff like that, that there is a very good argument for them to say that this is a market substitute. Like you said, Dan, I think a watch party is a good analogy. And so this is not a clean-cut case here. I'm not going to say that he has like a horrible chance of prevailing, but I would also say that he doesn't necessarily have a great case here either. You know, this would not be this would be a very difficult path forward for them.
Toe Rogan's asking, how often do you have to talk for it to be fair use?
That's the thing.
It's not really a hard and fast rule, is there?
The distinction of fair use is made in totality and consideration of all the 4 points of fair use. Okay, the most important one is the market substitute and the transformation. So there's no goalpost, right? It's taken in consideration of everything, and a judge or jury makes a consideration with the evidence and as the lawyers argue it. And that's kind of the tricky thing about it. But in my case, like all the lawsuits the first lawsuit, it was like quintessential fair use, they said, but we were like pausing, commenting, doing edits. There was times when I filled the whole screen. There's times when it filled the whole screen. And so every time is a different example that needs to be considered. Here's another one of him reacting to what looks like ping pong. So let's do the same thing here where we zoom in. Okay.
You understand it? They go flying, and the balls go, and they have to counter it. They have to counter the effect, right? Because if they can't, and they just hit it normally, even if you just held up your thing like this and you let it touch it, it would go bing, bang. It would just
smiling, laughing.
Try unpacking that. Yeah, this one's more on the fair use side, as he paused it and he offered commentary, whatever commentary that was. It actually doesn't matter if the judge even said in my case, it doesn't matter if you think it's useful or funny or informative or anything, it doesn't matter. Fair use isn't there to protect those with good intentions or good commentary. It's there to protect everybody. This one's probably more on the side of being fine. But again, it's only a 30-second clip. A judge would want to see the whole stream. They're going to want to see the whole hour-long stream and analyze that. That's very interesting.
Do you think the length of these long streams serve as an asset to these streamers, like in terms of fair use? Because the whole stream is totality is about, several hours possibly. The fact that whatever they're watching shorter, they get away with more?
No, I think the judge would just view the relevant part of it.
Mm-hmm.
It would be something to consider. I think the defendant, in this case xQc's lawyer, could definitely make that argument that it was just this piece of the stream for sure. Yeah, it probably does benefit them a little bit. xQc. The top comment is, wasn't he the attorney that H3 first had and then he fired? Yes, it was him. Yeah, I've never talked about it because I just never wanted to get into it.
Wait, there was more to that. That was the thread that he responded.
So where's his response? I just see. He responded to this comment about me firing him?
Yes. So just scroll down a little bit. Oh, it's because I fucking hate new Reddit, man. It's so bad.
So this is interesting. So
there he is.
Spot on. Wasn't us. Wait, the fuck you talking about? Wait, what's who? I'm not.
He's responding to what McLovin said. Yep, that's him. I'm not 100% sure, but I think what got him fired is he forgot to file paperwork on time.
Spot on. Wasn't us. But it was a super simple fix regardless, so it didn't cause any damage, thankfully. What are they talking about?
I don't know.
What?
People kept saying that he commented about your case in this thread, so I went and found his comment.
What the fuck? What?
I mean, you're familiar with the situation. I thought maybe...
That was the other firm he switched to. The guy was on vacation when they had to file paperwork because Ethan moved during the lawsuit. I don't know what anyone's talking about. That is a weird fucking comment from Ryan.
What the fuck?
All right.
We have more? Love's coming through with the receipts.
Yeah, so I found a pretty fun, like weird way to watch the stream that he deleted.
Really? You found like the whole thing?
Yeah, or kinda. If you go, like, you can scrub over with the mouse. You can see that, right? So at the 10-hour mark, if you press clip, you can actually watch the stream still.
Oh, you can?
Yeah. So if you make a clip, you can watch what you're editing. Does that make sense?
Oh,
Someone's saying Ryan said he didn't mess up, but Ethan's other attorneys did. No, you got fucking fired, and they saved my ass. End of story. That's all that happened, bro. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Crazy ass. So okay, so then is this the totality of his commentary that we're watching here, Love?
Well, I linked you a timestamp, right? Yeah. So if you click that, and well, it's a dumb workaround, but if you press clip,
yeah. So wait, this is his whole stream right now?
Well, yeah, but it's blocked out for the part where he watches.
Okay, so let's see what happens.
Sotomayor here, and yeah, it gets taken onto the back of the net.
I would say one big problem that he has and other Twitch streamers has is that he's in a small box and he never occupies the whole screen. That is going to be a lot of trouble because if the clip is on the screen the whole time, that is going to cause a lot of trouble for the defense. Like when we fight lawsuits, they always say that there's lots of pauses where I occupy the screen the whole time. And you could say, like, for example, the Ryan Kavanaugh one that we're dealing with now with Triller. It was like we showed the fight for, let's say, I don't remember. I'm just going to throw numbers out. These aren't accurate. It's totally just untethered. It's like we showed the fight for 1 minute. 20 seconds of it was the fight itself. 20 seconds of it was paused. And 20 seconds was it of me talking over it. And so the fact that it's on screen the whole time is going to be a big problem for them.
She didn't do it purposely.
Ow.
And having a look there just to see if it was a neck roll, and
see, yeah.
Looking to see if Sadiq gets disqualified for it.
Jesus. Ouchie.
On Sokomaki, Sadiq and Kosovo have got.
So yeah, obviously saying ouchie is not going to transforming thing because that's apparent. If someone got hurt, that's apparent from watching it, right? That's not a transformative commentary because it's obvious to everyone watching that someone got hurt.
Well, we've been saying
Confounded by the added to the point that he's in a small box in the corner. This is bad.
that's not the way that you want any of these contests to finish.
Oh wow, she feels robbed. That's kind of weird. Wait, why is she upset?
And Kosovo have got a second gold medal here.
Well, we've been saying that's not the way that you want any of these contests to
Everyone's
finish.
saying he wants to talk.
XQC? Great, I'd love to talk to him.
Let me see if I can get him on the line.
Let's get him on Zoom so that we don't...
That would be preferable.
Similar situation.
Let me...
I would love to talk to XQC about this, 100%. Someone says he doesn't. Wait, are you sure about this? People are saying...
I don't know, it's the chat.
No, don't do it. People are saying...
Chat is trolling. People saying, I don't know.
Well, open his chat, love. You give me impartial.
Oh, yeah. It might have been a troll. Yeah. That's my guess.
Chat is being toxic. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, look, guys. Ouchie is not going to fly. It's not going to fly. It's just not. The thing is, a good attorney will say, listen, dude, this is a lot of liability here. We definitely should just consider ourselves lucky that they only DMCA'd us and nothing more. Because like I said, at the end of the day, we have to acknowledge the rights of the copyright holders so that we can do what we do. If we just fucking say everything's fair use, then we become as bad as the people that just DMCA everything. You see what I'm saying? Again, I'm not saying one way or the other. Based on what I saw, it's looking very dangerous situation for him. And just knowing Ryan Morrison, I'm worried. That's all. Peace and love, peace and love. Should we play Half-Life?